For the headlines, Philippines ranks among lowest in reading, math, and science in 2018 study.
Newly seated Manila City Mayor Isko Moreno set about on a full-packed week 1. Additional taxes to cause negative impact on industries.
Philippines dominating in 30th SEA Games against other countries.
Remake of Korean film Miracle in Cell number 7.
Live in Intramuros, Manila.
Good morning, Philippines! Mabuhay Manila!
You're watching Peregrine TV. For the details of our news, Philippine Plastics Industry Association Incorporation announced that the proposal charging an excise tax on single-use plastic bags may have a negative impact on the economy that will lead to the death of the industry. President Billy Go said that the laying of 10 peso per kilo tax on single-use plastic bags is damaging to low-income earners, pointing out that the plastic industry is already suffering negative impact from the local bans of plastic usage. Go then stated that our government can still find another option to save the environment without adding taxes.
Mark, the Philippines ranked in the low 70s in the 2018 program for International Student Assessment, a student assessment of 15-year-old learners across 79 countries, done by Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development. The Philippines ranked 79 in reading with an average of 340 against the OECD average of 487. Reading was the focus of the year PISA, the result of which were released on Tuesday, December 3.
Personally, I think the reason is that Filipinos think too much about themselves or think too much about other culture instead of improving the culture we have today. Like, English is now a part of our culture, one of our main subjects in the Philippines. So the reason is that Filipinos invest more on other cultures such as K-pop or other cultural preferences that they have, like the Chinese mythology and other language that they want to learn, like Japanese instead of English, because they think that other culture or other languages are much more interesting, like learning Korean for their stand and learning Japanese because they watch anime. And I think one of the reasons is that Filipinos use too much or use English and Filipino by mixing them. Basically, mixing English and Filipino, like Taglish, for example. For example, I will give you a sentence that, like, nandito siya, nandito ako, where are you, mga ganon. Tapos, di ko alam, I don't know, like that scramble of words. It's basically, that scramble of words mixed together with English and Tagalog at the same time. That's why I think that the Philippines have the lowest ranking on the test.
First thing that comes to my mind ay yung National Educators Academy of the Philippines. Isa sa batas natin to, dadagdagan ng pondo, dadagdagan ng kapangyarihan.
Typhoon Tisoy entered the Philippine area of responsibility on December 2, 2019 and destroyed millions of crops. For more details about the typhoon, here's Steven. Steven?
Thank you, Mark. Typhoon Tisoy left at least 9 people dead and 811 million agricultural damage as it struck the Philippines. The typhoon also cut power lines in 226 areas, canceled 358 domestic and 200 international flights, and stranded 3,330 passengers. Tisoy also prompted the suspension of classes in 923 cities and municipalities. The storm was packing 90 kilometers per hour as of 11 p.m. and was forecast to leave the Philippine area of responsibility on Thursday morning. I am Steven Matiliano reporting.
Thank you, Steven. Let us keep our conversation running and more stories to review. Peregrine TV will be right back.
As one. Mayor Camarano's first week as seen in public is talking with vendors and using a sledgehammer to destroy things that is not appropriate for his campaign, Bagong Maynila. Here's Bea Manlapas for more details.
Newly seated Manila City Mayor Camarena set about on a full tax reform. Mayor Francisco Magoso confronted his first week as the new mayor of Manila City with a busy schedule. In his first day, Mayor Camarena said that he had nothing to report because there's zero document for a clear transition. On July 2, he signed his first executive order. He sledgehammered Video Carrera gaming machine the next day as a sign of opposition to illegal drugs. Mayor Camarena then turned around on Manila Zoo on his fourth day. And the last day of the week, Mayor Isko demolished an illegally built barracks with his sledgehammer. Many people were in awe with Mayor's attitude and unorthodox way of dealing with issues and problems. Expectations were now set as Mayor Isko Moreno will embark on his 3-year term as the new Manila City Mayor. This is Bea Manlapas reporting.
For the top sports story. A total of 9,800 athletes from the 11 countries of the Southeast Asia are fighting in battle for a gold medal as the Philippines host the 2019 Southeast Asian Games. And now, live at the Mall of Asia Arena. Live online, our Peregrine reporter, Greg Atienza. What's happening there right now?
Good evening, Tisha. We are here live at the Mall of Asia Arena, witnessing the aftermath of the basketball match between the countries Indonesia and Cambodia. As of 5 p.m., the game ended with Indonesia taking the game against Cambodia with a score of 71-100. In a few minutes, the match between Thailand and Malaysia will begin.
The first teaser of the Philippine remake of the South Korean drama film Miracle in Cell No. 7 has been released. Here's Micaela Navarro for entertainment news.
Aga Mulak will take on the role of a mentally ill man named Yongo in the original Korean movie, who is wrongfully charged with sexually assaulting and murdering a little girl. In prison, he becomes friends with his fellow inmates and together they form a plan to smuggle his young daughter, Sia Vigor, originally named Yesung, inside the cell. Years after, his daughter Bella Padilla becomes a lawyer and is determined to prove her father's innocence.
That's it. Can we go on?
The cast of Miracle in Cell No. 7 also includes Joel Torre, JC Santos, Mon Confiado, Jojit Lorenzo, Soliman Cruz, John Arcelia, and Tirso Cruz III. The Philippine remake of The Miracle in Cell No. 7 will be part of the 2019 Metro Manila Film Festival and will hit theaters in December.
And those were the news for today, December 7, 2019. We only have 18 days to go before Christmas.
From the historic walled area within the modern city of Manila.
Thank you for watching. I am Trisha Dapada.
And I am Mark Peruli.
Always ahead, determined and dedicated on getting you updated.
Your fastest companions in fearless views.
This is Peregrine TV, Sharer Veritas Honoris.
Lahat